नमस्कार दोस्तों, डेली वन टॉपिक में आपका स्वागत है। आज का टॉपिक है ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन। और ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन क्या होता है और इसके ऊपर ये पूरा क्वेश्चन है। आप देख सकते हैं, व्हाट आर द पोटेंशियल बेनिफिट्स एंड चैलेंजेस ऑफ इम्प्लीमेंटिंग ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन प्रोडक्शन एंड हाउ इंडिया कैन यूटिलाइज दिस क्लीन एंड रीन्यूएबल एनर्जी सोर्स इन अचीविंग इट्स एनर्जी एंड क्लाइमेट गोल्स। 250 वर्ड्स में लिखना है। क्वेश्चन बहुत ही सही है, कंटेम्प्रेरी क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन के बारे में। देखिए, हाइड्रोजन आपको पता है H2 होता है। हाइड्रोजन H2 फार्मूला होता है हाइड्रोजन का। हाइड्रोजन जो है इन्वायरमेंट में सफिशिएंट है। हाइड्रोजन लोअर इन्वायरमेंट में अपना पानी में पाया जाता है H2O के रूप में, और अपर लेयर में हाइड्रोजन एज ए गैस जो है आपको मिलेगा। तो अभी अपने को ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन मतलब हाइड्रोजन को प्रोड्यूस करना है कि कैसे उसको प्रोड्यूस करें। तो प्रोड्यूस करने का तरीका सिंपल है। हम इलेक्ट्रोलाइज़र से जो है पानी से जो है ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन को जो है पानी से निकाल सकते हैं। H2 अलग कर लेंगे, O को अलग कर लेंगे, तो हम वो बना सकते हैं। अब इसको ग्रीन क्यों बोला, हाइड्रोजन को ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन क्यों बोला, मतलब ये जो इलेक्ट्रोलाइज़र से हम जो हाइड्रोजन बनाएंगे तो उसके लिए जो एनर्जी यूज़ करेंगे वो ग्रीन एनर्जी होगा। मीन्स हम सोलर एनर्जी या टाइडल एनर्जी या विंड एनर्जी सोर्सेज से उसको हम बनाएंगे। जो इलेक्ट्रोलाइज़र जो जिस एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी वो एनर्जी रिक्वायरमेंट हमारी जो है उससे फुलफ़िल होगी। तो ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन का ये जो क्वेश्चन है कि क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स हैं, क्या क्या चैलेंजेस हैं, इसके बारे में हम डिस्कशन करेंगे। ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन इज रिन्यूएबल एंड क्लीन एनर्जी source of energy when hydrogen production is carried out without any significant carbon emission. It is termed as green hydrogen। मतलब ये हुआ, हाइड्रोजन बनाने के लिए हम किसी भी प्रकार का कार्बन एमिशन नहीं कर रहे होंगे। इन दिस प्रोसेस विद द हेल्प ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोलाइजर वाटर इज ब्रोकन इन हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन एंड हाइड्रोजन इज यूज एज ए सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी। सो देर आर लॉट ऑफ बेनिफिट्स in implementing green hydrogen, such as water, that is CO2, consists of hydrogen and oxygen abundant on earth. We know that 2/3 part of the earth are is having the water and 1/3 is having the land. Second point है, green hydrogen production leaves very less carbon footprint in environment. Though we have lot of sources of energy, but green hydrogen मतलब हाइड्रोजन प्रोडक्शन विद द हेल्प ऑफ ग्रीन एनर्जी लाइक this solar energy, wind energy. So it will be having very less carbon footprint in environment. Third point है, burning of hydrogen which is stored in fuel cells can be used in cars, buses and other transportation vehicles, such as vehicles as a prime source of power in engines. Okay, you might have heard that our transportation ministry of highways, Nitin Gadkari carried out a journey in a hydrogen fuel cell car in the recent past. You might have heard or not, I don't know. India depends, fourth point, India depends on import of traditional sources of energy like coal, petroleum, natural gas, which are imported from other countries. So country become vulnerable in case of supply chain disruption. Means though you have listened that in the recent past, the Russia Ukraine war, due to this lot of supplies was disrupted. So due to the COVID also lot of supply chain disrupted. So to avoid these problems, we can produce green energy at our home. So it will reduce our import bill as well as the vulnerability which we feel, which we in case of supply chain disruption. So this is a good alternative source of energy. Fifth point, it will also reduce our import bill if we reduce green hydrogen at home. Okay, as I already told you that we import lots of our energy. 85% of our energy requirement we import from other countries. So it will reduce our import bill. Sixth point, it will create new job opportunities if we set up new greenfield projects. It is simple that if we implement, if we set up new plants, definitely job opportunities will be there. Seventh point, a green hydrogen production in India will secure our energy requirements. Definitely, if we will produce something in India, so it will secure the energy of for India. Eighth point, if we become self-reliant in this, we can export it for revenue. Though, if we can become self-reliant, we can export it also. The ninth point is it is environment friendly, so that we can ensure less carbon emission and can give better suitable condition for living as enshrined in Article 21, that is right to life. So the Article 21 of Indian Constitution says right to life is a broader term, which is not a mere living method, but we should live with dignity, and a lot of energy sources should be used as a renewable energy sources, so that environment become friendly for human, and that uh, you can see that AQI of Delhi, and it becomes more severe in winter due to stubble burning or lot of emission from the industries. So, but there are few associated benefits. uh, there are few challenges also with the implementation of the project. This project of green hydrogen, first is high initial cost is very high for the initial setup of greenfield project. Second point, lack of know-how, means we don't have that much technology. uh, Third point is electrolyzer is not produced in India, so we are dependent on import. So electrolyzers which are required for electrolyzing, means breaking the hydrogen and oxygen, water in the hydrogen oxygen. So electrolyzer is required, and we are dependent on import for this electrolyzer. The fourth point is fuel cell are also imported. The fuel cell which are used to store the hydrogen, and which is used in engines also, so that fuel cell are also imported. So we are dependent on other countries. Hydrogen gas is highly sensitive as compared to CNG, LNG, so it is not easy to store it. This is also a challenge for the new adopting technologies, if India is adopting. So it is highly sensitive gas, so we have to store it very carefully. The last point is that abrupt shifting from traditional sources of energy like coal, petroleum can create havoc, because India doesn't exploited its own resources to the maximum and can create energy scarcity in India. So it's also a dichotomy in India, that if we adopt the renewable energy sources at faster rate, and because these renewable energy sources require a lot of money also, so uh, we are investing so much money on this new project of renewable energy sources, whereas in the traditional energy sources we didn't exploit it till now, like coal and natural gas, as well as petroleum products. We didn't exploit it till now. Even we do not have know how to exploit them. So these are the problem which we have to analyze while adopting this green hydrogen um, in full fledged situation. So in spite of these many challenges associated with the green hydrogen production, India being a second largest economy in the world in population and third largest emitter of carbon, bound to bound to reduce its carbon emission morally, as well as its commitment done in various COP meetings and INDC. You might have heard the COP meetings, COP meeting, conference of parties, which are countries of the UN, which generally meets yearly for their commitment to the climate change, and to protect the climate, and mm, reducing the carbon footprint. INDC are internally nationally determined contribution, means any means the countries uh, intentionally or self determined goals are there to contribute in the climate, to protect the global environment. So India's own commitment through Panchamrit, in which it committed to reduce carbon emission as well as to enhance its energy production through renewable energy sources. India's resolve of 500 gigawatt energy through renewable sources by 2030 and net zero by 2070 can only be achieved through these type of emission free sources. It will also secure energy for India, which is aspiring to become $5 trillion economy by 2025 and developed country by 2020 in the 100th year of India's independence. So India's resolve to become energy independent, self-reliant and developed nation in Amrit Kal can only be achieved by energy security, food security and environmental sustainability. So mm, I conclude this, that if India want to become developed country, India should be uh, energy secure, food secure and environmentally sustainable, so that we can become a prosperous, developed and a powerful country in the next coming 25 years. Thank you.